All right. Well, hello, Explore. So we've got an exciting video today. We're with a big group of people, so we'll try to herd this group in. This is Jessica, and this is Claire, and they're our agents with Florida Plus Realty and Explore 55 Plus. And we're going to be interviewing some customers of theirs that they've worked with for a number of years to understand their journey, and this may help you guys with your journey. So I'm going to let Claire and Jessica lead on.
I feel like I've known them forever because I've helped them work through selling their home in Lakeland, which I couldn't help with. I could only give advice on.
Because that was on the lease lot, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was in a lease lot. It was a lovely manufactured home on a lease lot, and we can't sell lease lots. But they finally got rid of that, and then we found them the best home that they loved.
Absolutely.
Actually, this is the second one they found for us, because the first one was in Pembroke, and we actually had an offer in, but our house fell through. So this journey was a couple of years. So anyone who's losing their patience, don't lose your patience, because it will happen. It takes some time, but with the right realtors, Claire and Jesse, you will successfully find something. And we found our dream home. That's what we found. And that was because of these two. And we followed you to this house, and I thought, we can't afford this house. What are you doing? However, we are sitting here because we came in and we looked at it. We have 5 more houses that you did take us to look at, in other parks as well as this one. And we came back to this one and we talked, and lo and behold, it was something that we could afford, even though it was over our price mark. So keep that in mind. It was over our price mark, but it didn't change our mortgage by anything significant.
So I have a question for you, because this is a lot of these folks out here. Consider the park lots as well, where you have the lot rental and then you own the manufactured home. And there's plenty of 55 plus communities in Florida that are like that. But then a lot of you guys end up then looking for where you own the land. Just when did you move to Florida? And then what did just a little bit of that journey look like?
Okay. We actually started out in an RV. And we lived in the RV until we found a home in Lakeland in the park that we were at, which was lovely. Lovely park, great people. Lot rents, though, let me point out as a buyer and what happened. Lot rents started out at a significant amount, but we could afford it. However, they were only supposed to raise about 2%, and the high rate that they can raise is 5%. Well, they did 5%. And after 3 years of that, we had gone up nearly $300 per month because it was lot lease. We then realized that although the park was lovely and we loved the people,
Couldn't afford it.
it was not something that we found financially in our budget that it would work. So we found that, believe it or not, this was much better in our budget than it would have been if we stayed at the lot.
And I think that's what a lot of people find with the lease lots. There is that attraction there that you get that lease lot, but you really need to check those contracts. And unfortunately, it's not, a lot of them aren't ones that realtors can help you with because you don't own the land. But that is just one thing I would say. If you're looking at the lease lots, sometimes the homes seem like great value, but there is that chance.
The house seemed nice because it was a brand new. We designed the whole thing. It was, built to our specifications, so to speak, and it was relatively inexpensive. But like you said, the lot rents on the other side made up a huge difference. And then when you start looking at this, yes, the house was more money, and you have taxes, but the
HOA fees.
The HOA fee here is, an eighth of what it was in Lakeland.
And they also don't tend to, the HOA fees here have risen, but you've gone like $10 a month since you've
What did
been
it go
here.
up?
$10 in 3 years.
Yeah.
Yes,
In the 2 years away.
year. And we've gone up a total of $10.
Yeah, so and you love plantations, don't you?
Oh, absolutely.
We have 3 clubhouses, 3 swimming pools, fitness centers. We belong to the dart team. We belong to the bowling league. Belong to the convertible club. We have dine-arounds with our neighborhood.
Obviously, Central Florida to us was a good choice because you're inland, you're not on the coast. So, I mean, we love the coast. Where we lived in Massachusetts, we were a half an hour from the beach. The other thing was that my parents lived in Leesburg. They lived in Pembroke Fairways. So we wanted to be somewhere in this area.
As far as different communities that these girls dragged you to, you obviously went to Pembroke because that's where your parents were.
That's the first place we put an offer in on a house was in Pembroke. And then when we started to look, then when we lost that one because we lost the sale on our house, not because of the people we were buying from. After that failed, we started looking again, same parks, Pembroke, and we wanted to be in Pembroke because of the parents. It would have been close to be the caregivers, it would have been advantageous. However, it didn't work out that way because there was nothing available. The next time we finally sold our house, we looked, we buy this like in 10 days, we bought a house, right? Yeah. We were like limited because the people who wanted to buy our house wanted to get into it within like a month.
It was 2 years between the time we first sold the house in Lakeland and it fell through.
2018.
And when we started looking for houses up here, because it finally did sell, and Jessica and Claire, stood by us the whole time. It's like, it wasn't like, okay, well, they didn't sell their house, the heck with them.
Actually, they gave us advice on what to do in order to try to make it better.
I think people worry about getting a realtor involved too early, but to start the relationship, then you've got somebody on your team no matter what's going on. So you went from Pembroke. Did you check out? Obviously, you're in Plantation now, which is a beautiful community.
Royal Highlands, Highland Lakes, Legacy.
The only one that we did not look at was Arlington Ridge.
If the property, and this is just a piece of advice that I would say to do because we did do it, was if you like Arlington Ridge, go to their restaurant, sit down, and if you have a fairly honest person who already lives there, talk to them.
100%.
Talk to them. If you want to be busy and you go to a park that is busy, don't think that you have to be if you don't want to be busy, because this is where some people get confused because someone's like, I actually had this conversation with them, oh, they have so much over there though, and I don't want to do all that. I don't want to belong to the art club. I don't want to belong to the car club.
Well, they're not dragging
You don't have to. You can be a solitary person in your little neighborhood and not even talk to your neighbors if that's what you like. And we, in our case, we wanted a place that was active, right? But we were looking during COVID. That was a tough time to be looking, but we still found activities. And the other thing was his, because he works at Disney.
I'm in transportation, and I just went into training. So I am a bus trainer, and I teach the new drivers how to get around Walt Disney World.
Advice for anyone looking. Just whatever you can think of. Just
first off, get yourself good realtors.
Yeah. So we, of course, would promote Jesse and Claire. And we do still promote Jesse and Claire still.
If we have anyone coming down to Florida to buy a house in this area, it's like, yeah, you got to talk to these two.
And if you have an idea that you're moving in 2 or 3 years, without exaggeration, I'm going to say, start with some realtors and find out first off, and I'm going to be honest, do you like the realtors that you've just chosen? Are they working with you? Do they know what your taste is? Have they figured out what you're looking for, right down to walking through the door and going, oh my goodness, this is it. And if you're looking for a home and over 55 and it's probably going to be your last permanent home, then I would say go for the house that's $7,000 more, because it's where you're going to be. And is that the house that you wanted to really have? And were you walking away from it because it changed your mortgage by $50 a month or something? Don't walk away from it. Go back and get it. Go back and enjoy it. Enjoy the house, enjoy your neighborhood. If you're someone who's active, then enjoy the activities that are here. If you're someone who likes to be quiet and just a solitary person, you can still do that as well.
We hope you've enjoyed this video again. Once again, if you would like to get in contact with us or one of our team, you can come to our website, give us a phone call, text that number, or email us. We'd love to hear from you.